Hello, my dear students. A very good morning to all of you, and I hope all of you are start working, start practicing. So, as you have the exams, just get ready properly, solve every problem, whatever we have discussed, understand the concept, and try to practice the problems. Okay, just don't read it. Just make the practices of those problems. So, as you know already about the syllabus, up to quadrilateral up to 4.1 exercise it will finish in this week. So how much it will finish, on the basis of that the portion will be there for the examination that is related to maths. Okay, so in previous class, as you have observed, exercise 4.1 we have solved there up to third question. So even introduction also you have observed. On the basis of that exercise problems we will solve today. Let's move towards the third problem, that is, just observe the question, write it down that one properly, and just solve that one. So in question what they have given, what is the sum of the measures of angles of convex quadrilateral? So you have studied, yes, already what do you mean by the convex quadrilateral, and even what they have given, you have to find sum of the measures of angles. That means you have to find the angles, sum of the angles in a convex quadrilateral. For this you must know about what you mean by the convex quadrilateral. What do you mean by convex quadrilateral? The diagonals which are formed are inside the quadrilateral. Any quadrilateral, if the diagonals formed are inside, that we can call as convex quadrilateral. You can check even definition of convex quadrilateral I have given in the introduction. And after that question continues as, will this property hold if the quadrilateral is not convex? So what they have given, property hold if the quadrilateral is not convex. If it is not convex, then it can be called as what I have given there, convex and concave quadrilateral. So if the property hold if the quadrilateral is not convex, means if the given quadrilateral is concave, whether this property will hold, the sum of the angles of the convex quadrilateral, whatever the answer we will get, is it same to the concave? We have to check that one. So in bracket they have given hint as, make a non-convex quadrilateral. It is nothing but convex quadrilateral, opposite of that non-convex, or we can say this one as a concave quadrilateral. Okay, these are similar. In question if they have changed like what is the sum of the measures of the angles of a convex quadrilateral, will this property hold if the quadrilateral is concave? That is also same. Okay, not convex means it is definitely a concave. Like that you have to understand the question, then only you can solve. Okay, and don't think that the question is not given on the basis of the syllabus. So be careful with the questions and understand the terms whatever they have given, then that you have to compare. I hope all of you know what you mean by the convex quadrilateral and the concave quadrilateral, or we can say that one concave quadrilateral can be said as non-convex quadrilateral. Okay, just remember those things, and just we will solve that one. As they have given what is some of the measures of the angles of the convex quadrilateral. So just consider one of the example for convex quadrilateral. So we'll draw one diagram for convex quadrilateral. So is it a convex quadrilateral? Yes, because we can draw the diagonals here. Yes, so these diagonals are inside the quadrilateral figure. So we can say this one as a convex quadrilateral. Okay, so convex quadrilateral. So another one, will this property hold if the quadrilateral is not convex? If it is not not convex, means it is a convex. So it is a concave quadrilateral. So we'll draw concave quadrilateral also. So one of the example as we have observed previously. So if the diagonal formed are outside, then it is called as concave quadrilateral. So you draw from the pencil. Okay, so you can observe here we can draw one diagonal, here we can draw one diagonal. So this we can say as a concave quadrilateral. So concave quadrilateral. So we will name this one A, B, C, D. Okay, And here you observe what you have to find: sum of the angles of a convex quadrilateral. Sum of the angles. So what is the angle here? You can observe the angles. Yes, as it is a perpendicular lines, that means 90 degree, 90 plus 90, 90 plus 90. So 180 plus 180, it will be 360. You can do by that method, or whenever the quadrilateral terms came, as you can observe the unit name is quadrilateral. Yes, so there is a angle sum property of a quadrilateral, again that you are studying afterwards. So n minus 2 into the bracket into 180 degree. So this is the formula for how to calculate the angles of a quadrilateral. So we know that this is the angle of a quadrilateral. So this diagram is a quadrilateral. So n means number of sides. How many sides you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 minus 2 into 180 degree. So 4 minus 2 is 2 into 180 degree. 2 into 180 is 360 degree. That means the sum of the angles of quadrilateral, sum of angles of quadrilateral, angles of which type of quadrilateral? Convex quadrilateral, angles of convex quadrilateral. Always remember, the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is equal to 360 degree. Don't forget these things, okay? The sum of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Sum of the angles of quadrilateral is 360 degree. These two definition you remember, because it is needed afterwards. And as now you come to know, sum of the angles in a convex quadrilateral also it is 360. Now we have to check whether in concave quadrilateral is it same or different, we have to check. Okay, even you can think here also 90 plus 90 180, 90 plus 90 180, 180 plus 180 is 360. That is also same method. So here, as it is not a perpendicular, so we can't think anything. So one thing we can do, as you can consider this one as a one triangle and another one as a another triangle. Sum of the two angles you can do. And you know that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. In any given triangle, sum of the angles is equal to 180 degree. In quadrilateral it is 360, but in triangle it is 180 degree. So that method what we know, that we will apply here, and we will check whether the concave quadrilateral also has the 360 degree or not. Angles, sum of the angles of a concave quadrilateral has 360 or not, that only we have to check here. So for that what we will do, we'll consider the angles these. Okay, first one triangle we will consider. So this is ABC. In triangle ABC, so this one angle, this one and this one, sum of the three angles is equal to 180. So here we don't know the angles, yes? Just consider this one angle 1, angle 2 and angle 3. So this angle A is angle 1 plus of 1, angle 2 plus of angle 3, which is equal to 180 degree, because angle sum property of a triangle. So in a triangle, interior angle, sum of the interior angles is equal to 180 degree. So angle sum property of triangle. So you have to give reason. Whatever you are solving for that, you have to give reason. And this you consider as the equation 1. So that means for one triangle. So another triangle we will consider ACD. Okay. So diagonals, that for whether it is a concave or the convex, that's why I have given. Okay. So in triangle ACD. So ACD, we will name this one also. Okay. As it is 3, 4 and 5 and 6. So angle 4 plus of angle 5 plus of angle 6, which is equal to 180 degree, equation 2. Why? Because on the basis of how you wrote this equation, on the basis of angle sum property of a triangle. Angle sum property of a triangle. Okay, angle sum property of a triangle. Now add the equation 1 and 2. Add equation 1 and 2. So when you are adding LHS, whatever the LHS is there, that you have to add, and RHS you have to add to the RHS side. Okay. So you can observe angle 1 plus angle 2 plus of angle 3 plus of angle 4 plus of angle 5 plus of angle 6, which is equal to 180 degree plus 180 degree. Now you observe angle A, overall angle A. Angle A is formed with angle 1 and angle 4. That means angle 1 and angle 4 can be written as angle A. Then angle 2 and 5. So angle 2 and angle 5 can be written as angle C. So you are not observing this. Now angle 1 and angle 4. Angle 1 and angle 4, overall it is angle A. And angle 2 and angle 5, that is overall angle C. So 2 and 5, overall it is angle C. Now the remaining is plus of angle B, plus of angle D. So all the angles came, angle A came, D, C and angle D all came. So 180 plus 180. So it is 360 degree. That means sum of the interior angles, listen the word, sum of the interior angles of a concave quadrilateral. Concave quadrilateral is equal to the 360 degree. So what they have asked for us, whether will this property hold. Which property? The sum of the angles of a convex quadrilateral is 360, means for the convex quadrilateral, if it is a 360, in concave also it is 360 degree. From this what you can conclude, any quadrilateral, if it is a concave or the concave or the convex, the sum of the angles of the interior is equal to always 360. Okay. So this is about your third question. Let's solve fourth one. So fourth problem, draw it properly from the pencil, okay, and just solve it down this one. You can observe in the fourth question, examine the table. Each figure is divided into the triangles and sum of the angles deduced from that. That means as they have given the quadrilateral, in the first it is triangle, after that you can observe 4 sides, so it is a quadrilateral, and 5 sides pentagonal and hexagonal, as it is a 6. So they have given some figures and that are divided into triangles, okay, and sum of the angles deduced from that they have found the angle sum property. So we have to examine how they have did that one, and on the basis of that, what can you say about the angle sum of convex polygon with number of sides? Polygon is nothing but if the number of sides increase, that we can say as a polygon. Okay. So observe here, in the first figure they have given the triangles. So triangle has 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 sides. Here they have given 4 sides. That means it is a quadrilateral, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And observe, it is divided into the 2 triangles. Yes, and as they have given the figures divided into a triangles. And here you observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides they have given, and it is divided into 3 triangles. And here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sides are 6, and the triangles divided into 4. And now observe sum of the angles, means angle 1, angle 2 and angle 3. Sum of the angles in a triangle, we know that it is a 180 degree. Yes, and here as it is a quadrilateral, and you know the sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360, and even you can check how they have solved, as they have given in the table 2 into 180. Why they have given 2? Because there are 2 triangles. This quadrilateral has divided into 2 parts of a triangle. So that's why 2 into 180 degree. Sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degree. And as there are 2 triangles, so 2 into 180 degree. Or it can be written as 4 minus 2 into 180. Why it is 4? The 4 related to the side. How many sides we have in this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 minus of 2. Okay, so 4 minus of 2 into 180 degree. So they have given some assumptions, so that we have to consider. On the basis of that we have to solve the problem. And here you observe, so there are 3 triangles, so 3 into 180 degree. So here you observe again how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sides minus of 2 into 180 degree. So compare one by one, you compare. Okay, here 4 sides minus 2, 5 sides minus 2. That means 2 is remaining same at every way, but the only side is changing. Into 180 is similar. Here also 180 is similar. The sides, they are changing the sides. Okay, so from this we are extracting our formula for the sum of the angles of a triangle. No, sorry, for the quadrilateral. So as it is a 6, now it is a 6, so you can observe 6 minus of 2. So sides get changed and minus 2 remain as it is into 180 degree. Okay, and this we can apply here also. So as you know, how many sides we have? 3, and minus 2 will remain as it is, 3 minus 2 into 180 degree. That means 1 into 180 degree is 180 degree. So this is what we have observed in a given table. Okay, now from that we have to solve these problems. What can you say about the angle sum of a convex polygon, as they have given the sides as 7 sides with the number of sides? Number of sides means 7 they have given. So on the basis of sides, how we are solving? So sides, 3 minus 2 into 180, 4 minus 2 into 180, 5 minus 2 into 180, 6 minus 2 into 180. Then how you will solve this problem? So just whatever the side is there, 7 minus of 2 into 180 degree. So 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 into 180 degree. So just you have to multiply. 5 zeros are 0. 5 eights are, so 40. Carry over is 4. 5 ones are 5. And 4 carry over is 4 means it is 9. So it is 900 degree for polygon 7. Okay. And for B, how you are solving? As the sides are 8. 8 minus 2 into 180 degree. So 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 into 180 degree. So 6 zeros are 0. So 6 8s are 48. So carry over is 4. 6 ones are 6 plus 4 it is 10. So 1080 degree. So for this. And how to solve the third one? Just solve it yourself. So as we know that this is the number of sides. So 10 minus of 2 into the bracket into 180 degree. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 into 180 degree. So multiply. 8 zeros are 0. 8 8s are 64. Then 6 carry over. 8 ones are 8. 8 plus 2, that is 10 and 14. So it will be 1440. So now the same method we are applying n number of polygons, n number of sides if you have. This is n. Okay. So now the sides they have given n means n minus of 2 into 180 degree. So you can observe for any polygon, any sides they have given like 5, 6, 7, 8, like that they have given n number of. Also you have to use the same formula. This is the general formula how to find the sum of the given angles. Okay, so this is about our fourth problem. Let's move towards fifth one. Okay, fifth problem. Already you know that what is the regular polygon, and state the name of the regular polygon of first one 3 sides, 4 sides and 6 sides. So first term is, what do you mean by the regular polygon? So you have studied the regular polygon, you know, regular polygon. So what do you mean by the regular polygon? If all the sides are equal to each other and even the angles are equal to each other, that we can say as regular polygon. And you have to state the name of the regular polygon of 3 sides. You have to 3 sides means it is a triangle. Name of that triangle you have to write, and 4 sides means it is a quadrilateral. So name of that quadrilateral. 6 sides means hexagonal. So what is the name of that term? You have to write it here. So first we will write what do you mean by the regular polygon. So as you know, regular polygons are those which has all the sides equal to each other and all angles equal to each other is called as regular polygon. So just write it down, regular polygon. So we'll write the definition: a polygon which has all the sides, all sides equal to each other. We will write. And as you know, all the sides are equal to each other and even all the angles are equal to each other. All the angles are equal to each other are called as regular polygon. Are called as regular polygon. Okay, so now the second term as they have given in the first one, that is, so 3 sides. Yes, so 3 sides means how you will draw that one? As a triangle. Sorry, draw it properly from the pencil and scale. Okay, so all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal to each other. So such type of triangle is called as equilateral triangle. So write it down, that one, equilateral triangle. I hope all of you know about this. Okay, so equilateral triangle. Second one, what they have given, that is 4 sides. So 4 sides which has equal sides and equal angles, so that is called as a square. Yes, no? So in square all the sides are equal to each other and all the angles are 90-degree angles. So hence it is called as the name of that quadrilateral is square. So don't write rectangle, but in case of rectangle, the 2 sides are equal and another 2 sides are equal to each other. But 4 sides are equal in case of square. Okay. And third one, that is 6 sides. So write 6 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All should be equal. Okay. So draw it from the pencil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are equal to each other. These are equal to each other. These are equal to, all are equal to each other. And angle formed between these sides that are equal to each other. So this polygon is called as hexagonal. Okay, so you have studied this one. I have shown you a chart. Yes, so in that triangle, squares, quadrilateral, pentagonal, hexagonal, so like that. So study. So this is about your 5th question. So next 6th problem will continue in the next class. So just till that, how much it will finish on the Saturday, till Saturday, that will be therein for essay examination. So prepare well, and if you have any doubt, if you want to clarify any doubts from your whole maths class, you can ask with me, and just watch the video again and again and understand the concepts, learn properly, and don't leave any examples from your reader and from your exercise whatever I have solved. I had given some questions, homework questions, so be careful with everything and solve properly, practice well, and just note down your homework question, solve it and send it to me today. So sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is, and here again you write sum of the angles of a triangles is equal to, also you include that one. And formula for angle sum property of a quadrilateral. Formula, general formula you have to write. Define convex and concave quadrilateral. Give an example. That means you can draw the diagram. And apply angle sum property of a quadrilateral or polygonal having the sides. So you have to apply the angle sum property here. Yes. So solve it and send it to me.